As the Minnesota Vikings have added another draft class to the team, possibly the greatest draft class in NFL history, no pressure, no problem. It's not all glory and happiness for everyone because some veterans will be pushed off the rooster. Here are the top 5 Vikings veterans currently on the roster bubble. And I'm not even going to list Dakota Dozier because he gone. Like, if he somehow makes the roster, cancel the season, even though the Vikings are still Super Bowl favorites. Don't care. Veteran number 1, running back Ameer Abdullah. So Abdullah re-signed again with the Vikings for a 1-year deal, league minimum, nothing guaranteed. And I like Ameer, former Nebraska Cornhusker, former second-round pick by the Lions. He's a solid running back 3, good receiving back, and fine kick returner. But with Kenny Nwangu in the mix, that could diminish his role, especially since it's very rare for 4th-round picks not to make the rooster. Willie Beavers would be an exception. Now, they could carry 4 running backs like they've done the past 4 seasons with Madison and Dalvin Cook and Mike Boone when he was still here, along with Abdullah. But if Nwangu shows well in preseason, they need to skimp on roster spots. This could be it for the former Cornhusker. Next up, veteran number 2 on the Minnesota Vikings, who's in a little bit of trouble, quarterback Jake Browning. Now, Browning was a 2019 UDFA out of Washington, Pac-12 legend, 4-year starter, blah, 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 but has had shoulder issues and has never really had a chance to show what he can do because there was no preseason in 2020, and in 2019, he played very sparingly in preseason. And Kellen Mond is obviously the quarterback too. He's going to be the quarterback of the future, and they do seem enamored with Nate Stanley, the strong-armed 2020 7th-round pick out of Iowa, even though, I don't know, watch his highlights. Ask Amir Smith-Marset how much he likes Nate Stanley. Ball's just going, oh, no wonder my stats are bad in college. Anyway, Vikings generally only carry 2 quarterbacks on the 53 in the Kirk Cousins era, and last year they carried Stanley and Browning on the practice squad because of extended squads due to Rona concerns. So I don't really see that happening this year. Jake Browning might be the odd man out. Next up, veteran number 3 on the Minnesota Vikings, currently on the bubble, defensive end Jayln Holmes. And honestly, how many chances does the guy get? Jalen Holmes, 2018 4th-round pick out of the Ohio State University, has moved from lefty end to 3-tech, back and forth, back and forth. He had a prime opportunity last year and did nothing with it. And the Vikings now, on top of Daniil coming back from the herniated disc in his neck, and DJ Wanamaker 2, drafted Patrick Jones II out of Pitt in round 3, Janaris Robinson in round 4 out of Florida State. Plus, he got Jordan Brailford, who showed some flashes last year, and Kenny Willekes, the 7th-round pick in 2020. So I think this might be it. Now, the Vikings can save a little bit of cap space by moving on from Jayln Holmes. It might just be a numbers game at this point. Next up, veterans number 4 currently on the roster bubble. Spoiler, all the specialists. All of them. So Andrew DePaulo, the long snapper, Greg Joseph, the kicker, as well as Britton Skullquit, the punter. Even though the Vikings didn't draft a kicker, punter, or long snapper, they brought all 3 aboard as priority UDFAs. And Joseph has been a journeyman practice squad player. Patterson, the kicker out of Memphis, is a stud. Skullquit was bad last year. The dude from LSU has a leg, even though he's 30 years old. And DePaulo, while good last year, replacing Austin Cutting, who got the yips, is 34 and is not the future. So all 3 of those guys could be on the bubble as they look to suture up that next battery and hopefully not have any kicking issues in 2021. Lastly, veteran number 5 currently on the roster bubble, wide receiver Chad Beebe. Even though the Vikings waited until the 5th round to address the wide receiver issues, bringing in ISM, I don't think Bibi is in the clear. Amir Smith-Marset has speed. Bibi does not. He also returns kicks. Same thing with running back Kenny Nwangu. And also you add UDFA wide receivers and Austin Prohl, who is basically diet Adam Thielen. I mean, Austin Prohl have to come out and be like, I really modeled my game after Adam Thielen. Indiana's Whoop Filior is amazing, super intriguing, and there's a reason why they didn't RFA tender him and they chose to bring him back on a lower non-guaranteed deal. So I do think that Chad Beebe is in a little bit of trouble. But they're not the only ones in trouble because I love this because there's so much young talent after having 15 draft picks in 2020, 12 draft picks in 2019, 11 this year. So there's just talent, youth all over the place, and compete. Open competition everywhere, not this faux competition like Rick Dennison runs on the offensive line. No. So there actually might be a lot of turnover on this team, and I'm okay with that. I'm certainly okay. Survival of the fittest. You have to earn your job every single day. It is a privilege to be a Minnesota Viking. It is not a right. I don't care who you are. Right? I don't care if you're the coach's favorite. You're gone if you don't perform. But your thoughts. Vikings veterans on the roster bubble. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support that work, post something to Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.